What if there was a way that you could quantum leap in your business? What if success was easy, effortless? What if you could bend reality and have that success that you've dreamed of? I want to share with you what actually it takes to build a business for quantum success. Because success can be easy if you know how it works energetically and emotionally. Most people burn out and they hustle and they try a new strategy, they try another strategy, and they try another strategy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because they are operating from fear. They are not operating from faith and trust. So this video is all about you understanding the quantum way. The quantum way is collapsing time. The quantum way is bending reality. How you can turn 10-year into one. That is quantum. That is the space we want to be if we really want to experience exponential growth and have that success that we have dreamed of. So there are a few things I'm going to share with you in this video and also share what worked for me, how I created a brand that is not just a business, it is a brand. And the brand and the business, there's two different things. Business is something that you are hustling for, that you are only creating one stream of income in one way possible. But when you build a brand, you are the business. You are the source. You are the soul. You are the one who is the business. That is the difference between brand and branding. What it means is you're not just receiving money through your products or through your services. You are receiving multiple sources of income through different sources because you are the brand, you are the business. And that's the difference. And this is why it is important to, if you provide a service, to see yourself as a brand instead of a business, because business is the old way. The new way is to become your niche, become your business through your identity, how you operate. So that's a key. So I haven't built a business. I have built a soul brand that attracts podcast opportunities, that attracts speaking opportunities, that attracts leaders who wants to work with me in their businesses. It magnetizes aligned clients. It gives me the opportunity to speak on stages. I get opportunity left, right, and center. I get sponsorship. That is a brand because you are having multiple sources and you are the magnet that attracts. This is why it is important to not see yourself somebody who is seeking, but actually attracting the right aligned people and opportunities to you. And this is the mindset shift that we need to have in order to build this brand. I've been asked multiple times to talk about this, and I want to share with you the truth of how to create that quantum success. So the number one concept that is really powerful and that I share with my clients when I work with them, I work with multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs or business owners or leaders and those who are looking to get there, those who are visionary, who are ambitious, who are high achievers, those who wanting to move into that energetic field where they magnetize that level of success, that level of abundance. So what I share with my clients, which is energetics matter more than strategy. So the energy of what you do matters more than what you do. So what does that mean? So when you are doing something, so as a business owner, if you are launching a new product or new service, it's not about what you post and what strategy you apply, what kind of way you use to bring that content or bring that product alive. It is about from which energy, which frequency you are doing that. And if you've been burnt out, if you are hustling, and if you are feeling that fear, then that is the energy that product, that service, that launch is going to be. And that's why energetics matter. And that's why strategies fail. And a lot of people doing a lot of strategies, especially with AI, with so many ways to build a business, that people are getting lost. People are getting lost in different ways. And the truth is, any strategy can work if it's being done from the right vibration, right frequency. Any strategy can work. That is the power of energy. That is the power of your energy. So, this is why the energy matters before strategy. So, how can you move into that energy vibration that attracts that success? It doesn't matter what you offer, it always sells because you are doing from the right energy. And that's how you quantum leap in your brand, in your business. So there are two things I've already shared. One, that you need to build a brand instead of a business. The second is energy matters more than strategy. Most people get confused in terms of how I can shift my energy when I am in fear or when I am burnt out, when I'm exhausted. Then taking a step back. If you are burnt out, if you're exhausted, if you are someone who is always moved from hustle and fear, then taking a step back, pausing, giving yourself a break for a moment, for a day, and allowing yourself to recalibrate the higher energy, higher frequency, focusing on the vision rather than failure. That is the key, focusing on the vision. What is the vision that you would like to bring it alive? What you need to know. Energy of abundance has no form. How it creates a form is through you. You are the one who brings that frequency of abundance into a form, into a service, into a product, into something that is tangible, that is going to change somebody's life, that is going to help somebody. You are the one who creates that. So you have to understand that abundance needs to come through you. You have to tap into that energy and frequency by focusing on the vision instead of failure, instead of fear. And when you create from the vision rather than fear of failure, that's how you are recalibrating. That's how you are changing and shifting the way you do things. So if the vision is to have $1 million business, then you must create and believe from that identity of $1 million business. And if you have doubt, if you have fear, if you are uncertain, then that means the deeper work needs to be done within you that is keeping you in fear, that is keeping you in doubt, that is keeping you in uncertainty, because they are all deeper wounds that are creating the reality you're experiencing. So it is key for you to understand you must move from that state of being, that belief, that trust, that is certain that I am building $1 million business. So when you are certain and you have the conviction and the knowing that my business is going to be $1 million business, it is soul led, it is purpose driven, it is aligned, it is powerful, it lights you up, and then you are moving into that energy. It is very, very important that you see the vision matters more than your fear. The vision matters more. And anything that is in the way, that is stopping you or blocking you, then that's where you do the deeper work. That's where you release those doubts. That's where you release those deeper wounds. My work is all around clearing and healing and releasing the emotional blocks that are keeping you limited in your income. And when you release those emotional blocks, then you will move into the energy of certainty and the knowing, in the vision, and you will recalibrate from that. And that is the key of building a business that is in alignment with your soul, your vision, And that is also having that quantum success, in this case, $1 million business. That's the one thing. The second thing is what really worked for me. For me, it was important that I attract people who are in alignment with me, with my energy, with my frequency. And I like deeper work and I like to create sustainable growth. So I was very clear how I like to do things. This is why I chose YouTube platform to build my business. And it is sustainable. So if I make a video today, even in 5 years' time, that video will be relevant for people who are searching for that solution or that pain point that they're looking to resolve. And that's the power of YouTube. And that's how you create sustainability in your brand, in your business. You want to create something meaningful, something impactful that gives you that freedom, that fulfillment. That's what matters. This is why I left my investment banking job, so that I can have fulfillment, so that I can find peace, so that I can feel aligned to who I am. That's the whole purpose. If I just wanted to make money, I could have worked in investment banks without building something from ground up. Right? I already had certifications and qualifications to work for investment banks. I already had 10 years of experience in banking. So I already had that. So I left all that. Why? Because what mattered to me is alignment, peace, fulfillment, and creating something meaningful. That was my biggest value and that mattered to me. This is why I quit something that was already working, where I was making a lot of money. I quit to do this. If you are like me, if you want that sustainability, if you want abundance, but in an aligned, more powerful way to attract the right people, that's what matters. It's not about attracting everyone. It's about attracting the right people. And if you are ready for this type of work where you are mastering YouTube, I have a great news for you that I have been asked for years to do. That is a YouTube and energetic mastery to build your brand sustainably, where you are attracting, magnetizing the right people into your community, into your energy. And if you want to build that, the legacy brand, the brand that experienced that quantum success from aligned place. I've been on YouTube for 5-6 years and I've learned from the best of the best, but not just mastering YouTube, but you will be mastering your energy to attract the right people, to attract the right opportunities, to grow impactfully, sustainably, and create a meaningful impact. If that's something you're interested in, I'm launching Soul Startup within 2 weeks. And if you are ready to build something powerful, magnetizing, something that is meaningful to you, then this is your moment to apply for Soul Startup. For first 10 people, they will get a great offer because it's a new launch, brand new thing that I'm doing to take people live with me to build their brand, as show them the process of step by step how to do that in a powerful way, soulful way, in an aligned way. So first 10 people will get a great offer. And if that's something you're interested in, you can click the link below to apply for Soul Startup. So the third concept that I want you to be aware of in order to have quantum success in your business is contraction versus expansion. What does that mean? Contraction is something that when your nervous system contracts to brace for an impact, that you are afraid, you are scared, and you don't know how to move. That is a contraction. And expansion is where you are expanded, you trust, you know, and you are moving even though challenges are there, but you are still expanded. You're moving from the faith, you're moving from the vision rather than fear. So when you move from the vision, you are expanded. When you move from fear, you are contracted. And our nervous system dictates how much we can hold. So someone who operates in a lot of fear around money, around wealth, around abundance, that they don't want to spend money, they are tight with their money, they are operating from contraction. They are contracted. They're not going to open. They're going to sabotage receiving more because they are operating from contraction. This is why the consciousness matter from poverty to wealth. Poverty consciousness keeps you contracted. Wealth consciousness keeps you expanded. And that matters, especially if you're building a business, because the truth is, you are not building your business. Your business is building you. That's why building a business is actually the fastest way to master yourself, your energy, your emotions. Business does that. Business can really build you up if you're ready for it. Some people collapse, some people quit, some people leave. You are operating from uncertainty, right? You don't know which month you're going to make how much. Every month is different, it's not the same. That's why it is important. Contraction versus expansion. So you need to understand that as a business owner, when you are contracting, when you are expanding, what are the moments where you are operating from fear? What are the moments where you are bracing yourself for impact? Like you are worried that something going to go wrong and you're bracing yourself. Every time you're bracing yourself, you are contracting. So in order to experience quantum success, you must remain in expansion. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what is going on, you must remain in expansion, in the knowing the good things are coming, in the knowing that life is about to shift, in the knowing that you are in quantum leap. And when you move from that expansion with faith, with trust, you will experience the success, but it is extremely important to move through that uncertainty, move through that contraction, move through that fear instead of contracting, instead of hiding, instead of feeling the too much fear, instead of worrying and going back to 9 to 5 job because you are so worried. How can you remain in expansion? The longer you can remain in expansion, the more you are opening yourself to hold more abundance, hold more wealth. The quicker you collapse and quicker you contract, that means you are not open to receive. And this is why, in order to experience quantum success, you must be open to receive. You must be in expansion. This is the work I do with my clients so that they release the fear, they release the contraction in order to live in expansion. So that's why it is meaningful. It matters for you to move from that state of being. This is why it matters to build from expansion, build from ease, build from peace, build from alignment, to experience. You can collapse time faster if you choose to remain in expansion, if you choose to remain in faith, if you choose to remain in that trust. These are the 3 concepts that I want you to focus on to really build a brand, a business that is expanding rather than contracting. Because if you're contracting, your business will contract. If you are operating from fear, your business will collapse. So this is why it is important. And this is why so many people give up on their dreams, because they don't know energetics of how to be. Building a business is all about energy. It's not about strategy. And this is why I say that these concepts that I'm sharing with you, they are fundamental to build a solid business where you are shifting from a very grounded place, expanded place. And that's when you start getting the insights, the wisdom, the downloads energetically to give you a new idea and the next idea and the next idea. And that's when you can really move in that way. But if you're in contraction, if you're in fear, you will not receive any insights and your intuition will shut down. So this is why it is key to expand in your business and not contract. With that, if this video resonated with you, if you liked it, if it helped you, then there are 2 ways you can work with me, either with Soul Startup, or if you have a deeper wound that are blocking wealth and abundance, that is keeping your business in limitation, then there's Divine Wealth. That is a deep healing work to experience financial breakthrough. If you're interested in that, you can click the link below to apply for my mentoring. Other than that, like this video if you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and may the light in me reaches the light in you.